Germaine, welcome back. I wanted to start with this is your first fight in the pandemic, and it's been a while since we've seen you. Was there any talk of coming back sooner, and was it the pandemic that kept you out, or were there other factors?
There were a lot of factors. The UFC was the factor. I asked to come back earlier, but when the pandemic started, as many of you know, I'm a police officer and safety goes first, and there was a lot of work to do, and still there's a lot of work to do. So when this opportunity finally came on, we first, my team and I, and also my colleagues and I, and people surrounding me, we had to see if it was safe enough for us to travel here and also safe for us, for the people at home, and for my colleagues, if it was possible to take some of my shifts and be here. And it was finally safe enough, and all the measurements the UFC took, and it was safe enough for us to be here. And now we're here and ready to go.
That kind of leads into another question. A lot of fighters have had complications in camps with the pandemic in terms of the social distancing restrictions and shutdowns. What has training camp for this fight looked like for you?
Well, at moments it had been very challenging. Of course, I have my job, as many people know, and sometimes I get exposed. I got exposed to people that might have had COVID, and I've been tested a lot, a lot. I've been in quarantine sometimes, to wait for the test results to come back, or wait for other people their test results to come back. And some of my coaches had to travel and came back, but we kept our group very small, and everybody got tested, and we kept it as safe as possible, and everybody was tested, and not everybody was invited, into the gym at sometimes that we trained, just to keep everybody safe and not expose any, not expose anybody to this virus.
And obviously now that you are back, big fight with Julianna. Just give us, first of all, your thoughts on this matchup.
Well, it's like any other fight, I mean, I expect her to have the same game plan as any other opponent I'm facing, and that's try to take me down and make it a very boring fight. So it's up to me and make a difference.
I know you said it's like any other fight, but this is a big card for the bantamweight division. You've got, I believe, four of the top six or so ranked fighters in the weight class, and you still are the number one ranked bantamweight right now. I mean, everyone's kind of looking at that main event and going, "Hey, that could possibly produce the next title challenger." But do you feel you could kind of upstage them and make your own case?
Well, I'm here to make a statement for myself. I don't care what they do. I mean, and at the end of the day, it's up to the UFC. They do whatever they want to do. I mean, we can talk about rankings, but the rankings don't mean anything. I mean, with all the respect, I'm the number one ranked fighter in the world, and I'm not even the co-main event in this show. So, I mean, with all that being done, I mean, it's up to me. I just love being here, and I just want to fight. That's what I love to do. So I don't care. I prefer to be the first fight of the night, and I don't care who else is on the card. I just love to fight, and it makes no difference who else fights because I got to focus on my fight solely and not on anybody else. And that's the most important thing. I'm here to have fun, and that's all I'm gonna do.
Last one for me. I mean, obviously you're excited to be there. They're in Abu Dhabi in this case, so the timing of the fight a little interesting. You're going to be fighting pretty early. Are you doing anything to adjust for the timing of the bout?
We worked out in the morning, early in the mornings, but we always do that in the Netherlands anyway. And there's only a 2 hour difference, so it's not that much of a big of a deal. It's different because you're fighting early, and so you're gonna punch each other in the face, and then afterwards you're gonna have breakfast instead of a beer. You gotta wait whole day to drink a beer. That's the whole difference. You're gonna. It's weird if you think about it. I mean, I'm gonna punch you in the face. You're gonna punch me in the face, and then I'm gonna have some breakfast. It's pretty weird, but I love the idea. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're awake. When somebody punches you or try to punch you in the face or try to shoot for your legs, you will be awake. Trust me.
All right, well, enjoy the fight. Best of luck. Enjoy the post-fight breakfast and eventually the beer.
Thank you so much.
Our next question is from Hausi Fan with PP Sports.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Of course, the Lion Ladies hears everything, right? So it was pretty. So I have three questions for you. The first one is pretty chill. and it was so funny to look at your Instagram account about that makeup, that makeup video. Was that how the Iron Lady Q times during the quarantine besides daily training?
Can you repeat that question again? It really didn't come through that well. I'm sorry.
All right, so sorry about that. The signal
No,
here in China is not exactly great. So it was really funny to look at your Instagram account about that makeup video. Yeah, and I love it. Was that how the Iron Lady killed time during the quarantine, or besides your daily training?
I don't take life that serious, honestly. So I just try to have fun and act crazy, and I always do that with my training partner Lizzie. We're just crazy. Just consider us crazy, not normal, and it's all about having fun. And exactly, we had to go through 48 hours of quarantine time, so we did some TikTok movies, and I did just a fun makeup video, but just to be clear to everybody, because a lot of people think it was my real makeup. It was a filter. It was a Snapchat filter, guys. Chill. I don't do makeup like that.
Yeah, the Chinese fans absolutely love it. So the second question, the Chinese is from some fans actually. So acknowledging you as the first women's featherweight champion of the world, do you still get that itch to get your belt back?
Well, I tried to get another belt back, but in one way or another way, it's not about getting the belt back because nobody took that belt from me from then the UFC. I didn't lose that belt. They took it from me, and if I get another shot at a belt at a title shot, I'll take it full hearted, and if not anytime soon, I'm okay with that too, I'm not in control over that. The thing is, what I'm in control over is put up a great performance and make a statement and do what I love to do and share my love with other people that love MMA. So I'm blessed anyway, title shot or no title shot.
Well, that's very generous of you. So I believe the fans are really thrilled to hear that. So the final question for me is, following the Dana White's conference pretty soon, which mentioned Zhang Weili, the Chinese champion. So from a champion to another, is there anything you want to say to her about the title fights, as well as other Chinese female fighters?
The only thing I can say to her is keep doing what you do because what she does is great. And she did a great thing for not only women's MMA in China, for MMA in China in general. I mean, she's a great champion and she is a true champion. And I love seeing her fight. And I'm really looking forward to see her fight again. And I wish her the best of luck in her career. And I'm just stunned and see her fight soon.
So thank you very much. We wish you have a great victory tomorrow, and the Chinese fans want to see it absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Gabriel Gonzalez with Stateside Press.
Germaine, just to clean up with a few other questions, out of curiosity, would you be able to fight in Vegas if necessary, or are you only able to fight on Fight Island right now with travel restrictions?
To be honest, I think we're able to fight in Las Vegas. I think so. Even with everything has been sharpened down, or right now everything gets more sharper. And I don't know if I'm able to. I don't know if I'm able to fight, but if I'm able to fight, I would go. Yeah, okay with me. I don't care.
I know this may sound a bit redundant because obviously it's your profession and you go into it, but you talk about your experience working as a police officer and you're being exposed to COVID and you're going through this. I mean, I'm sure you can make being a UFC fighter work for you. Why do you continue to put yourself through that then, at a crazy time like this?
If I could actually live from this, I would maybe do it. No, I don't get paid enough to live from this, honestly. And second of all, there's more in life than just fighting. I'm 36 years old. One day my career will end and I have to have another career because the bills have to be paid. And I love what I do. I love helping people. That I believe honestly that is a part of me being in this world. And that's a part of my life. I just love helping people. And I will always continue to do that. And There is a life after fighting, before and after fighting. And I don't mind my job. For me, fighting honestly is truly a hobby. And I love giving back to the community. You know, for me, it's very important people can live free and in safety. And if I can contribute just a tiny bit to that, I'm blessed. And I will continue to do my job.
I understand that and I respect that very much. Thank you for your service. I've always wanted to ask you this since you dropped the quote. You said for a while after the featherweight title stuff that you were on probation. Have they, do you still have to check in with your officer? Do you feel like you are 100% free, Officer de Randamie?
Uh, I'm still on probation, sir, because I'm not even the co-main event. Even I'm the number ranked fighter in the world. Yeah, I'm still a little bit on probation, I believe, and I think I will be on probation for the rest of my life. Well, not the rest of my life, for as long as I'll fight, honestly. But I don't care. I honestly don't care because I enjoy what I do, and I get a lot of love and respect from the fans. And it's all about doing what you love to do. So it's whatever it is.
My final question, a lot of people feel like in December, Amanda Nunes could be on the verge of shutting down the featherweight division. Just out of curiosity, has the UFC ever since, you've been back offered you a fight at 145 or talked to you about it?
Yeah, we have talked about it a little bit. We have talked not very intense because they know what I've said about it, and they took my belt and they took it. So there's not much to say. Nobody took it from me. The UFC took my belt, so there's not a lot to say about it. What I do believe is, there's not a lot of girls at 145, and I think to make that division interesting, you should be at 135, not at 145. They should sign more girls at 145 for the division to be more interesting. And, maybe they will do that and make it an interesting weight division. For now, I think there's still a lot of fight left in 135 division.
Thanks, Germaine.
Thank you.
We'll take our last set of questions from Cody Cruz with For the Win podcast.
Hi, Germaine, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, nice talking to you. I'm speaking to you live from Santiago, Chile. Thank you for
Oh,
being with
how
us
cool.
today.
How cool. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so stoked that you like the reference to South America.
Yeah,
Is
how cool, man.
this a place you want to come sometime?
I've been to South America a couple times already, but hell yeah, I want to come back. No problem. Yeah, I'd love to. I love it.
Oh, great. So we'll be waiting here for you in Chile.
How cool. I'll definitely have to come visit you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. We had the best wine. So if you're into it, we'll get you sorted out. So we'll get
I
straight to
don't drink that
business
much,
because
so it's gonna be fun.
yeah, you said it earlier about the time difference and being with this situation of getting punched in the face, giving away some punishment, and then having breakfast.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep it kosher right now. It's still too early. Um,
Okay.
you said about your former opponents that you feel like the game plan that's being presented against you is the same old plan everyone brings, right? In that regard, what are your thoughts about your opponent, Julianna Pena, who has a really heavy wrestling-based game? Do you believe she has a diverse skill set to do something other than wrestling? What's your opinion on that?
I know she's gonna shoot. We've seen it with Amanda. I mean, Amanda should have been the great striker that knocks everybody out. She took the shot, and she stayed down there. She didn't want to fight. Julianna Pena is gonna do exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing.
That level of confidence is something to behold. That's what they call the Iron Lady. So
It's not just a level of confidence, man. It's a fact. Even Holly tried to take a shot on me a couple of times. It's a fact. They don't want to stand and bang. So, and Juliana Pena is no different.
fair enough. I want to take you to the law enforcement side of your career. You've said it before that it's something that doesn't always pay your bills, but you have this desire to help people and make a difference in the world, right? So
No, no, no. That pays my bills. Fighting doesn't pay my bills. My work pays my bills.
Oh, okay. I mean, I wanted to say that they go hand in hand with each other. That's what I was trying to say. So,
Okay.
as a law enforcement officer, given that this world is currently in a really crazy state, I was wondering what are your thoughts on what's happening in different parts of the world regarding police brutality? What's your stance on that? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, honestly, I'm really not busy with everything else going on. You know, I think we have a our job in the Netherlands is tough enough so far, and we try to help people. And as far as I can speak for myself, I will treat everybody with respect and dignity. No, I cannot. I'm not responsible for what other people do. My team and I can say we do our best to help everybody we can. I've never used violence in my whole police career, and I hope I will never use violence. I will treat people the way I want to be treated, and that will never change. And I will treat people with respect and dignity. And that's all I can say about it.